there was the news from Thomas Partey's dad. I don't know if you saw that, but Thomas Partey's dad yesterday, he came out and he was doing an interview for, I think it was True FM Sports World Show. And in that interview, he said some interesting things. This is his quotes. He said, he said that he'd been speaking to Thomas Partey. This is his dad, remember? And his dad said that he told me they're holding talks between himself and Arsenal. It all depends on an offer Atletico are demanding. If he goes to Arsenal, fine. There are a lot of supporters in Ghana, which there are. And then he went on to say, I will be happy if he decides to move to Arsenal. What are they discussing now is how Atletico will release him, right? So that's what his dad said. However, last night, Partey posted a message on his Instagram, and I think it was from the company that represents him called JJ Sports. And they, in response to that, what his dad had said, because obviously, the club probably wouldn't have been happy with that coming out. They said, quick note, in the midst of the transfer period, a lot of stories are created, manufactured, and also alleged until the final day of the transfer period. They go on to say, mostly adds up to hype and promotion of the beautiful game. The father of Thomas Partey might have said something, but we can also put aside and respect official communication of his management, JJS Sports. At this period, a lot of persons, some media personnel, are in search of exclusive stories and would want to produce on conversations that just suit their agenda. The fact is that any statement heard was an opinion clearly misinterpreted to suit a particular agenda. There has been nothing officially communicated or such communications between the player and anybody. There is absolutely no truth in what the player's dad had allegedly said. We wish the media and all the fans will embrace the official message from the player's agent and not a family member or friend. So there you have it. Basically saying that his dad was, what are they saying? His dad was misinterpreted, or his dad was chatting complete nonsense. It is weird, isn't it? That his dad would come out and say this, that there's been talks between them, and he wouldn't mind if he went to sign for Arsenal. But the agent's saying there's no talks at the moment. Nothing's going on. There's no talks. And you know what? You can understand that because, listen, the season hasn't even finished yet. Remember that. So any talks and that is going to happen at the end of the season. It doesn't mean that there isn't interest from Arsenal in Partey. There does seem to be something there. Maybe not as much as what everybody's trying to put on it, but there does seem to be something there. But we can continue to dream. I think a lot of fans would like to see that Partey one happen, because I think we all know that deal would suit us a lot. But what do you guys make of it? Agents seem to be saying there that it's not going to happen, or, well, nothing will. We're not even in talks until the end of the season. So it's not that it's blown out of the window yet. Johnathan David is another player that's been linked very heavily with Arsenal. He plays for Ghent over there in Belgium. He's had a great season, 23 goals and 10 assists. Deployed more. I mean, even though he's sort of some people classify him as a midfielder, he's deployed more as a second striker. So I don't know, be more sort of a replacement for, say, Aubameyang if he moved in or moved on. But Arsenal linked with him. As I said, he's had a very good season, and he's sparking a lot of interest from teams all around Europe. Of course, if you buy from a team like Ghent, you're going to get a good value on him. He's not going to be as high priced as a player coming from, say, the Bundesliga or Italy. So, and again, Belgium league having big problems as well as at the moment as well. There's talk that their season may not be completed as well. So again, could it be a player that Arsenal could go in and get? There could be a lot of bargains available for Arsenal this summer. So a lot of these sort of players are in the past we've looked upon and we said like hidden gems. There could be a lot of hidden gems out there available.
The coronavirus has not just affected the world of football, but has affected everybody. But you know what? We can defeat it. If you're displaying any of the symptoms, always make sure that you self-isolate. I know it's a terrible time, but we will defeat the coronavirus. We will be back.